It is early April here in Japan, and if you do visit Korea or Japan from late March through early May, you may get to see what is behind me, the cherry blossoms, or the sakura as it is known here in Japan. And it's definitely a very festive time of year, and one of these times of year I personally really do like. Specifically Japan, where I am now here in Tokyo, the sakura cherry blossoms is part of the culture, signaling signs of not only spring but the new fiscal year. Also, it is the beginning of the new school year for students. And I think one of the biggest things is that people like to get outside during the cherry blossom season, because it really does signal the start of the warm spell after the long winters. A lot of people have been kept up inside, especially people inside Tokyo, just going on with your mundane lives. And with the cherry blossom season, it's just a little bit of relief to get outside of the workplace, get outside of your apartment and head into some of the parks and definitely socialize. Now, what I mean by socializing is actually hanami, or picnicking under the cherry blossoms. It's a century-old practice of having a picnic here, and the custom is said to have started around 700 AD. Now, it originally was reserved just for the elite in the samurai society. Nowadays, it's a great way for everyone to get out after being stuck up inside. As I mentioned, I personally feel it is definitely one of the best times to socialize if you are in Japan, especially being a foreigner and if you are visiting the country. This is by far one of the best times to do it. The main reason is everybody's outside, everybody already is expected to socialize, and you mix a little bit of alcohol, specifically sake, into that, and well, a lot of people really do start to open up. And actually, for me, I do the weather forecast here in Japan, and one of the big things that people ask for starting in February and lasting basically all the way up through early May is the sakura front. It's basically plotting when the bloom will be in full sweep, and also what areas have already started seeing the cherry blossoms come out. So yeah, don't be surprised if you are visiting Japan and you do see a map with a lot of flowers on it. That probably is what it is. It's the sakura front or the cherry blossom front, especially here in March and April. There are actually many different types of the sakura, the wild ones of course, the weeping ones, which are my personal favorite, and the one that is definitely the most popular, you can see it behind me here, this is the Some Yoshino sakura. And it actually started only a few hundred years ago, and actually started from one specific tree that was crossbreeded, and eventually it spread across much of Japan. Many people liked the way it looked, and then it spread around the world. If you see the sakura in Washington, D.C., this is what you're looking at, the same type of breed that started here in the Tokyo area. So yeah, with that said, if you do find yourself here in Northeastern Asia, you definitely want to check out the sakura. By far, it is one of the most sociable times of year. It is absolutely beautiful. On top of that, just be sure to bring some sake and some food with you. Definitely recommend it. I actually personally think one of my big problems is that when I move back overseas, especially if I end up near the Washington, D.C. area, which has a lot of this same type of sakura, I may get myself in trouble. It is part of the culture here to be outside having a picnic with a few drinks and socializing with many people. I really don't see that happening outside the Capitol building. But hey, we'll see what happens. Maybe one day I might move back and just say I'm trying to soak up the culture from back in Japan. All right, guys, that is all for now. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, I always appreciate your feedback. Definitely enjoying my stuff out here today. This is one of those videos I just put together, and I absolutely love the sakura. And all right, stay safe out there. ありがとうございます。気をつけて。